brilliant speed with vibrant service. Vibrant broadband internet.
Well, looky there. It's that time of the week already. It's a short week.
Time flies.
It's already Wednesday. Really?
All day today.
Time for Vibrant You. Got to get vibrant in this here studio.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And we'll introduce ourselves. And we
Yes,
have
Bo.
And we
I'm
have
Nathan.
And we
And
have.
I'm Jane
How about that?
The three
We're back.
amigas.
Yeah.
Amigo and-
with Woody.
Yeah.
Yep.
How about that? And we have one in the studio that's just about ready to get married.
And a 1 month from today.
1 month from today.
Now, is this how traditional is this going to be?
It'll be traditional wedding, but maybe non-traditional food. We got some Indian food at the wedding. So
Like East Indian, like overseas Indian.
yes,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. How about that?
Yeah,
That
that's what
should
you-
be interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully, I get to eat some of it too. Well, I've heard the bride and groom don't get to eat much of the food, so we're gonna make sure that doesn't happen.
What about name changes?
Name change? Yes, I'm keeping my name the same. She will be changing her last name.
Oh, okay.
But when
My
we
son changed his name.
oh, really?
Sure, you hear
So
about it more and more.
his hyphenated name, it was Aaron. Well, I suppose if we want to have his middle name, Aaron Cole Woods. And now it's Aaron Botko Woods. He
There you
married a
go.
gal by the name of Botko.
Very cool.
So did they both hyphenate?
And yeah, although she went in the same order, it didn't go Woods
Sure.
Botko. She went Botko
Make it a
Woods.
little easier.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Interesting.
kind of interesting. Lots of interesting things.
Lots of interesting things.
Jane, you've got lots of interesting things right in front of you there.
I
can
do.
see it.
Oh, I
Yep.
do.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about internet and how to make your health better with using the internet.
Yep.
So Bo's marrying a doctor. So other than using her as a resource, how many times have you went to the doctor, they talked way over your head, you got the transcript and you're looking at it, and then all of a
yeah.
sudden you start looking on internet and what it all means, right?
For
Right?
sure.
Google this word, Google that word.
Yes.
You don't want to sound
Yeah.
stupid at the
Yeah,
appointment.
because you just
but-
nod along while you're in an appointment. Thinking like,
Trichophobia or
Yeah,
whatever.
like, I'm going in for my fear of, is that fear of spiders or fear of the
of
number
13?
13? Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Arachnophobia.
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 That's right.
That gets you the spider.
Luckily, I haven't had to go in for that too often.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So we're going to discuss online where you can go to those places. And keep in mind, we are not professionals at all. We're not going to provide any medical
Yes. No official advice.
Yeah.
no official advice. Just how
tips.
we dabble in the internet with our health as
Yeah.
well. So take it away, Bo.
Yeah, well, before the internet, if you wanted to look up medical condition, something about your health, something about fitness, you'd have to go to the library. You'd have to go, open a book. You'd have to go find that book, and it just took time. It took effort. Now with the internet, all of that is at our fingertips. It's right in our pocket, on our phones, on our computers. So
So you can still go to the library, but you just use the
you
computer
can
at the
yes,
library.
you
maybe
can
if
still
want.
open a book and go to the library, but it's a
there you
little
go.
bit more convenient, a little bit easier. And like you said, we're not experts on any of these topics, but you also be aware that the people posting online may also not be experts. So be careful. There's a lot of information. There can be some misinformation, information overload. So we're going to go in a little bit of details on categories and how you can look those up. What we do to look at our health, our fitness using the internet. And Nathan's going to kind of go over some of those categories.
Yeah, when we're talking health, health covers a kind of wide range. You got your general illnesses, of course. You got preventing illnesses, weight control, diet, exercise, brain functionality, mental health, spiritual health. There's all kinds of stuff that could fall under, health. And for me, my personal experience using the internet, my technology to try to help with some of that stuff. The latest and greatest that I'm kind of used into now is these virtual doctor appointments.
Yeah.
We visit the doctor here at Meeker Memorial, but sometimes it's after hours. Sometimes I got young kids and they're sick and I don't want to load them in the car, bring them to the doctor. I just need a prescription or a quick, advice on something. You can now do virtual doctor visits from your smartphone or computer.
Yeah.
It's pretty convenient, pretty quick. They can even prescribe medicine and stuff like that. So that's been great. Researching, symptoms. And that's kind of a mixed bag. Sometimes you look up, well, I have a cold. I have these two symptoms, and the internet might tell you you're going to die tomorrow
Yeah.
or something,
Yeah, right.
which just might not be the
WebMD
case.
can be a double-edged sword. You go
Yeah.
on there and like, oh, I figure out what's wrong with me. You go on there and they say your arm's going to fall off, and you're like, well, that's it can scare you a little bit. So
Kind of
just,
like the what could go wrong by taking this drug.
Correct.
And then they go for 45 seconds talking about
all the side effects. Yeah.
So, I mean, it can be helpful, but you don't get overwhelmed, and always go to trusted sources like we talk about. You know, I personally used an app called MyFitnessPal for a long time, and I go back and forth using it. That's really good for, tracking my calories. If I want to know what I'm eating, what's in my food, how many calories I'm intaking, stuff like that. Exercising apps. I've used brain boosting apps, that have you...
Hasn't worked very well, but
No, my brain is obviously turned to mush, but besides that, but meditation apps, I mean, there's so much different stuff you can do. I know when my son was having some problems, crawling and getting up on his knees and stuff like that, the physical therapist actually gave us some videos to watch on the internet that kind of some exercises, some stuff to do, stuff like that. I know when my kids weren't sleeping and I'm trying to figure out how to burp them, and I'm trying to figure out all that. There's tons of YouTube videos that, hey, this technique worked for me. This technique worked for me. Try this.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting what you can do. And just using MyChart. I know I go to Meeker Memorial, like I said, here in town, and they use MyChart, so I can see my, post visits for me and my kids, all that information that I said I couldn't I'm nodding while they're talking. I can go back and read the post summary and I'm like, oh, okay, that's what they said. That's what made sense. And appointments and test results and all that kind of stuff. So using the internet, to keep up with all of that is making it way, way easier for me, for sure.
Yes, and I agree. Having a virtual appointment with a doctor is amazing, because
It is.
I didn't have to deal with that going out in the cold or whatever, and then they were already sick. I could just pick up the prescription and then come back. So it was perfect. With the kids, like the healthy stuff, I know the number one question that I hate is what's for supper. And and HelloFresh, you can go online and pick your meals, and everything is delivered to you, and it's right there, and it's all fresh, and it's healthy, and it gives you the calories and what you're eating and that kind of stuff. I know Hannah did that when she was in college, because she just didn't want to do it anymore, and it was actually less expensive than her spending money that way. And then dieting, so I join Weight Watchers online, and so it keeps track of how much I eat, when I eat, and then it also keeps track of if I'm exercising or what I'm doing that way, and if I'm burning my calories or eating too much or whatever, it kind of lets me know, and I love that. Plus, it also shows different ideas for cooking, and then
You can talk to like coaches and stuff on there too, and get advice, and there's a lot of cool stuff.
And you do competitions and different things, and then in there's kind of wellness and meditation and different things like that. And nowadays, we are running ragged all the time, and so mental health kind of gets pushed off to the side, and I think mental health is really important. And there's certain things that you can get. You can go online and get some emails that come to you and have some positive things come to you, and just some inspirational things. Also, if you're looking for mental health, you can go on somewhere and look to see what they specialize in, and set up an appointment. With virtual appointments, you don't even have to see the person. You can just do it at your home in the luxury of your own home, and it's all confidential, and you don't even need to pay attention to that. One thing I think is your hearing. I don't think people pay attention to how important your hearing. Yeah, exactly. So I have my Apple Watch on, and it's interesting. I was at the Mall of America in the Nickelodeon play area, and the roller coaster flew by,
it's loud.
and it beeped. You're in a loud environment. I was like, wow, I didn't even think about that. Or even like wind or a concert or mowing lawn, those are some important things to do, because you really want to protect your hearing, because you don't want to be the kind of person like my kids already say I
Work
am.
in this industry for a while. Believe me, you put these things on and you are screaming at you.
And gluten-free, that's, there's a lot of people that are gluten-free. You can go online and get recipes. You can look to see who has the best gluten-free information out there, and just kind of...
Yeah, my wife has celiac disease. We travel to different cities or states or whatever. There's apps that just find you gluten-free restaurants in the area, or bakeries that do gluten-free stuff. I mean, without the internet, we'd have to be calling one by one, or we'd have to just stop. It was just crazy. I don't know what we would do.
Too.
What? Yeah, absolutely.
Peanut-free is
Oh,
amazing.
absolutely.
Yeah,
All kinds of allergies: dairy, peanut, whatever.
Yeah.
There's so much more you can find out ahead of time now on the internet, for sure.
And then religion too. There's you can get some emails coming, like a daily devotional or
devotional,
yep.
Yep.
And then we had talked about increasing Nathan's memory and brain power.
Yeah.
So we do Wordle and Square Word and all that kind
Word
of fun
association
stuff. It
games.
got me
Wordle
addicted.
was weird today.
I didn't do it.
was it?
Don't spoil it. There's people out there.
I know.
I agree. I agree. I thought it was
did that
tricky.
once to my sister, and she said, "Don't ever do that again."
I thought it was
telling
tricky
you.
as well.
It's weird.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like those apps that are mindless games, you can turn that time into using, brain boosting or increasing your knowledge. You could learn a language. You can do all of that through an app on your phone. Personally, I use a lot of the exercise or fitness apps, so sometimes it's really hard getting to the gym. It's even harder if you go there and you're kind of burnt out on what you've been doing and you're sick of the routine. There's so many different. There's hundreds and hundreds of different apps you can find, and I found some that you even can subscribe to that'll give you one-on-one coaching. So you can email, you can text, you can do a video visit with whatever app that you're using, and they'll give you tips if you have like injury prevention questions. There's frequently asked questions. So there's so many things that you can do. I have actually, used WebMD for poison ivy. I got that a couple of years ago. So if you've ever had it, not
I
fun.
have. No.
Yeah, it's not fun at all.
No.
But I went to the doctor for it, and there really wasn't anything they could do. They said, no, you have poison ivy. It was a costly visit, and the next time I got it, I knew what to look for because I'd done the research. I knew what to look for on the early stages, if you need to put certain creams or ointments on, how to prevent the spread. So.
In 1965, they told you to put cornstarch on it.
Did they really?
If you could have had an internet, you'd have looked it up and found out that does
Makes it worse.
nothing.
Oh, I know.
Well, they
yeah.
didn't make it worse. Well,
But it
maybe
just
it did
didn't
because
help.
you're touching it with something.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I looked up multiple sources when I did my research, and I combined those and said, okay, like 4 out of the 5 are saying this, and that's what I used, and it made it so much better. And it saves you some money. You don't have to make a trip to the doctor for things you don't have to go for.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's one of the big things I've used it for. Luckily, I haven't had to use it for many medical conditions, but when you're out in the woods walking around, poison ivy's out there, and you just want to know what to look for and how to prevent it and how to treat it. And then another thing is, like Jane mentioned, HelloFresh or cooking. I've been trying to get it more into cooking, and sometimes you don't know what to make for dinner. Like, what's for dinner? You have no idea.
Yeah.
And if you're craving something, you can do, let's have Thai food. And if you want to make a quick meal, you can do, let's have Thai food that takes under 20 minutes.
Right.
And if you want to watch your weight, you can do Thai food under 20 minutes that has X amount of calories. So you can do really anything. You can customize it however you're looking to do that, however someone is requesting it. There's the options are endless.
Yeah, we get the question all the time. People that don't have internet or are really light users. Well, I'm thinking about getting internet, but what would I use it for? Which is a loaded question. Nowadays, like we talk about on here.
What don't you use it
There's
for?
literally billions of things you can pretty much do, and staying healthy is a big part of it now, because you can, especially if you can't get out and travel very well, these virtual visits are really key. You can get medicines, delivered right to your door.
Yep.
So a lot of people really rely on this, especially in the rural community, to stay connected with their doctor or other things if they can't always get to the doctor. So that's where Vibrant, we provide that internet connection. That's kind of our bread and butter as far as what we want to help people do. But there's just so much you can do on there.
Oh yeah, and like even emotional support. Now you can, if you're missing someone that's across the country in a different country, you can do a video call with them. Just like little things like that people don't think about, but just the connection that's available. I mean, you can do just about anything. You can stay connected. You can build relationships that you weren't able to do.
Well, you just think about, like, when we COVID with the lockdowns and the social distancing and all that stuff, it was hard enough as it is. So many people struggled with that emotional connection, but without having some of the video apps and some of that, it probably would have been way worse. I know we were doing lots of video calls with family and grandparents and different people that just have some connection, see people's faces, but without that technology, it would have made it a lot worse. You couldn't have done some of that stuff. So there's a whole lot the internet can help you do for sure.
Yeah.
One of your guys was in here yesterday. I call him the Cash Bar. Steve.
Okay.
Was in here.
Cosbath.
Yeah. And the Cash Bar said that even people in some of the far reaches are now going to get the ability to have Vibrant out there because of some of the different dollars that have come from government. So even if you're way at the end of the road or a county over or whatever, you may be looking at Vibrant to help you be able to do just this.
Yeah.
You know, you might think, oh, we're at the end of the road. We'll never get any information on how to doctor at home. Nope.
Yeah, that's actually why Vibrant was initially started. You know, the co-op, we service electricity in the rural community of mostly Meeker County, but
Right.
parts of the surrounding counties. And the rural community is the most at need when it comes to technology and internet and stuff like that. So when we launched Vibrant Meeker Co-op, the goal was to reach our members, the rural people in the
Right.
rural community. And obviously we've been able to service, you know, the city of Litchfield and some of the other
Yeah.
cities as well. But especially now with the state and federal government recognizing that need and helping, you know, provide grant funding for some of that stuff, we're able to reach out to some of these rural counties that would have had no other option,
Amazing.
really. So,
Yeah, and when we talk to them, it's really, that's a fun part of our job, is to hear just like the joy. Like, I never thought this would be an option. This is what I've been working with for 10 to 20
Yeah.
years, and this is what I'm paying for it.
100 up and 25
Yeah.
down or whatever. Are you kidding?
people said
You know,
I couldn't stream, I couldn't do
Yeah.
virtual visits, with
Right.
I couldn't do some of this.
Yeah,
Right.
so it's not only saving money, but it's like changing their way of life. And
Yep.
you know, like I said, it can have health benefits. It can have, you know, so many benefits to them, whether it's emotional. You know, if people are using it for cell service, I know I talked to someone. The call broke up so many times that they're like, "Yeah, this is just something I live with." And now with Wi-Fi calling,
Yeah.
that's going to
Yeah.
change how they communicate with people.
saw
So
that.
it's
Yep.
it's great to see the changes that are coming. And you know, one of the communities we just brought fiber to is South Haven, and we have
Oh.
a busy summer. We have a lot of events. One of the events we have tomorrow is going to be at Bedrock Bar and Grill, and that's going to be from 4:30 to 6:30. So if you want to come out, we're having this, we have some prize giveaways. You can grab some food. You can talk to us. You can meet us. Ask your Vibrant questions. And so yeah, we're excited to see everyone tomorrow.
Yeah, and then next Wednesday, that's June 5th, we're having another Vibrant U class at the co-op office. This is going to be our cybersecurity class, teaching people how to stay safe online, how to identify kind of red flags, some of that stuff. It's a free class, open to the public. You don't have to have Vibrant. You don't have to sign up, pay anything. We'll even give you a bag of chips and a soda or water if you
Yeah.
want. So come on out. That's going to be next Wednesday, the 5th, from 5:30 to 6:30 at the co-op office. If you missed part of today's radio show, or you want to listen back to previous to learn more about Vibrant or what you can do on the internet, stuff like that, you can check us out on Facebook or on YouTube. You can just search Vibrant Broadband. As always, catch us live on Wednesdays on KLFD at 10:30. And then if you have questions about Vibrant or about what you can use the internet for, stuff like that, you just want to pick someone's brain, give us a call. Me, Jane, and Bo are located right here in Litchfield office. Give us a call, 693-3231, or visit our website, vibrantbroadband.com. Thank you, Woody, for hosting us, as always.
Sure, absolutely.
Thanks,
and,
KLFD.
And one more little comment I have for you. You talk about people in other countries in the way they look at us.
Yeah.
And one thing that's a health related thing. Did you know that the most beautiful word rated by foreigners who don't know our language in the United States is gangrene?
It is beautiful, isn't it?
It's a beautiful word. Just hopefully
Gangrene.
you never get it. And you'll have to explain to Bo what it is. So.
Beautiful word
Or
to
look it up.
say, and it's not to experience.
Yeah, right. But anyway, that's great. Thanks for coming in, you guys. And again, what's your phone number out there?
693-3231 at the co-op office. You can stop in right on Highway 12, kind of by Walmart. So,
Yeah.
and my name is Nathan,
I'm Jane.
And I'm Bo.
and this has been another Vibrant U Live.
Oh, we love it. See you guys next week.
See you next week.
Got it.
Brilliant speed with vibrant service. Vibrant broadband internet. Vibrant broadband internet.